In an office bustling with activity, a curious intern named Alice sat at her desk, trying to make sense of a series of numbers spread across multiple sheets of paper. The numbers were not just any random figures. They were data points from a recent survey conducted by her company. Her mentor, a seasoned statistician named Mr. Jenkins, had tasked her with performing a regression analysis to uncover trends and connections hidden within the data. Although Alice had studied statistics in college, this was her first time applying her knowledge in a real-world scenario. She knew that regression analysis involved finding the relationship between dependent and independent variables, but the abstract theory was miles apart from the actual practice she was about to engage in. Alice gazed at her computer screen, the white glow reflecting off her glasses. She opened the statistical software program, ready to delve into the numbers. Her datasets included variables such as hours worked, employee satisfaction ratings, productivity levels, and more. She needed to determine how these variables interrelated, particularly how much of an influence hours worked had on employee productivity. A gentle voice broke her concentration. "Hey Alice," Mr. Jenkins said, appearing by her desk. "How's it going with the regression analysis? Need any help?" Alice smiled, appreciating his offer. "Yes, actually," she replied. "I understand the basics, but I'm unsure how to proceed with selecting which variables to focus on, or even how to interpret the output the software will provide." Mr. Jenkins sat beside her. "Let's start with the basics," he suggested. "You need to identify your dependent variable first, which is what you want to predict. In this case, it seems like that's the productivity levels, right?" Alice nodded. "Yes, I've got that part. And the independent variables are the ones we believe have an influence on productivity." She gestured towards her list, which included hours worked and satisfaction ratings. "Exactly," Mr. Jenkins confirmed. "Now, the first thing you'll want to do is run a simple linear regression with hours worked as your independent variable and see what the results say. This will give you a preliminary sense if there's any real connection between the two. Once that's done, you can add more complexity by considering interaction effects or multiple linear regression when you include additional variables like satisfaction ratings." With guidance from her mentor, Alice began running the analysis. As the software churned through the data, Mr. Jenkins explained concepts of correlation coefficient, R-squared values, and p-values, all metrics that would help Alice determine the strength and significance of her model. Minutes later, the computer screen flashed with results. Alice scanned the numbers, noting how hours worked correlated with productivity. "So the R-squared value here," Mr. Jenkins pointed out, "shows how much of the productivity can be explained by your model. If it's a high number near 1, then you know you've got a pretty solid model." Alice felt a swell of accomplishment as she pieced the information together. With Mr. Jenkins' help, she adjusted her model step by step, testing different combinations of variables to see their effects. By the end of the day, Alice had a good grasp on which factors most influenced productivity at her office. The regression analysis provided insights she couldn't have imagined, translating abstract numbers into real-world implications for her company. As Alice shut down her computer, she felt a newfound confidence. She realized that through careful analysis and the guidance of experienced mentors, data could unlock stories and essence previously unseen. This was just the beginning of her journey in analytics, and she was eager to navigate its depths further. In an office bustling with activity, a curious intern named Alice sat at her desk, trying to make sense of a series of numbers spread across multiple sheets of paper. She felt happy being able to apply all her learnings into practice. Stay tuned for more updates.